Fit FM is owned and operated by Communistation Company Limited, located in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. We broadcast on FM 96.7 locally and is heard worldwide on fitfmja.com. Our mission is to amplify diverse voices and opinions, inform, educate, entertain, and engage listeners of all ages and lifestyle while promoting responsible community development. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
You've got to give this. I'm standing 10 feet tall. Know yourself, know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7. Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. I'm Mara Sedat. Never let it make you wear a frown. Well, you have only one life to live, so your best shot you've got to give this. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well, things may not be like you want them to be, yes, so be wise, you got to try carefully. Well, there may be obstacles in the way. Just remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well. You keep your sanity, yes, facing all kind of constraints every day. In this life, your dues you've got to pay. Yes, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 among them all.
I'm standing 10 feet, no, feet tall. I'm standing 10 feet tall, 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing, hey, standing 10 feet, standing 10 above them all. I'm all right, you have to put me on the track, you know. Good evening, good evening, good evening, one, good evening, all. It is Cultural Mix, and we have an exciting program lined up for you. So we want to thank everybody who already have joined us online. And of course, you know, we have an exciting guest. And she's here, you know, she's on already. Early like bird, Yvette. She's going to be talking to us. Glad that we are here, though. And it's Friday. It's your regular Friday evening program here on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. It is Cultural Mix. And I am your host, Bev Moonchild. Reminds me of Uku's poem, The Moon, Many Moon, Blue Moon. So we're here and we want to say Akwaba to everyone, wherever you're joining us from. If you're in Jamaica, we welcome you. If you are overseas, we welcome you wherever you are. And because we are always 24/7 on www.fitfmja.com, you can be listening from anywhere in the world. We welcome you. We thank you for always tuning into Fit FM. There's a program for everyone. Always, we welcome you. And we want you to share the program. And we want you also to share the station with your friends so you know what's happening. It's Trelawney's Radio. And we are not only serving Trelawney, we are serving the world. We are serving the world. We are thankful, though, for our Trelawney listeners. So we big up the people in Stuart Castle, the people in Duncans, the people in Albert Town, the people in Alps, the people in Falmouth, the people in Greenwood, the people all over. We welcome Black River, Christiana. Yes. We want to welcome every Brownstone. I know for sure because I've been in Brownstone and I hear fit. So I know we thank everybody to join and we want you to stay with us for the next 2 hours. We have lots of things to talk about this evening. But guess what? There's nobody in Jamaica who listens to radio that don't know the original Greetings Man. And if you know the original Greetings Man, Hubert James from Sav. Yeah. He used to be at the post office now? Yes. Right. Retired. And every radio station, it don't matter which radio station, everybody knows him. He made his transition yesterday evening, Julia? Yes. He passed on yesterday, and we want to send our condolences to his family. And he'll be missed on radio because he knows everybody's birthday. How he does that, though? How him know? Him just know everybody's birthday and him call every radio station and him big up everybody. So everybody know about the original Greetings Man from Sav, Hubert James. He passed on, and we just want to say, may his soul rest in peace. And we are wishing the very best for his family at this time. Lots of things are happening. Oh, even in Jamaica, the news just sad. Too much killing. I don't know how. I don't know. Instead of things get better, it look like it'll get worse. Worser. As Miss Lou would say, worser. Too much is happening, man, and it's just killing, pure killing. I just saw something before I came out this evening. But this happened from today, though. Man shot dead at robbed and shot outside of a bank in Halfway Tree. And then again, another woman murdered. And it is just too much. It's just too much. I don't know. This country is in a sad place. But guess what? Life continues. And we just have to do what we have to do. The people who are around us, when we see them, we love them. We take care of our friends. We take care of our families. Taking care of ourselves, first of all. And make sure we love the people who we see, Say something wonderful, something nice, something uplifting to people as we meet them daily, because you never know. Your man run by your friend, call them, because you never know. Next time you're here, you might hear that, him pass off, Once your man run on somebody, give them a call, because it is always an indication that you need to touch base with that person. So it is Cultural Mix, and we're here, and we are glad that you are here with us, and we're saying thank you, wherever you're joining us from. Before we touch base with our guests, though, we want to just maybe lively up a little, Julia, any music you have there, that Imara Rise, because when the stress and the struggle come, the only thing we can do is rise.
The cry of the oppressed, the cry of the downtrodden man. Brothers and sisters, we got to, yes, down, even when you're back against the wall. Rise up, rise, stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. No matter what they say or do, think big, don't think small. People working so hard and yet underpaid, and to mount situation that's just first aid. Depression and stress when the bills can't be paid. Still me not go falter, not go fade. Got to move ahead in life no matter what it takes. The chains and the barriers, you know we gotta break. My eyes are open and now that come awake. Now go make you eat up the cake. Rise up, rise, stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall. Rise up, rise, stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. No matter what they say or do, think big, don't think small. Uplift yourself from poverty and shame. No more self-pity, the victory must claim. The ancestors' blood must never go in vain. We have the power of the sun and the rain. As rebel in the street, we now go for one retreat. We know the struggle bitter, we know say it no sweet. We trample corruption under we feet. Climb into the highest peak. Rise up, rise, stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. Evil men will fight you down, even when you're back against the wall. Rise up, rise, stand tall. Don't you bow and fall. No matter what they say or do, think big, don't think small. Yeah, yaga, yo, yaga, yeah, yeah. Boy, 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 boy. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Courageous is what you must be, Yvette. You have to be courageous in this time, girl.
I
You have
am.
to be courageous. How are you, my sister?
I'm
Yvette?
doing well.
Good to see you. I see all your sisters tuning in and telling you you've got this one.
I
You-
see it too. A little nervous, but I think I got it.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You have it. You have that one. You have that one. You have that one. You have that one. Yvette, let us see. Avia, Marie, Lindy, Judith Green, Buckley, Rise Up, Loving Them, Lyrics, Enough Respect, Imara, Carrie Ann, Warren. Hey, boss lady. Thank you, Carrie Ann, for giving her. TK Ziven Naturals. Hi, boss lady Yvette. So you know everybody's shouting you out early. And we want to thank them. We like the support that the Seven Natural boss ladies give to each other. And we want to put that out there. So we want to thank everyone who is joining this evening. Holy for comments. Andrea Spence. Good evening, everyone. Patricia Robinson. Guan Yvette. You're doing well. Lots of comments already. We're going to be reading some more as we go through the program. But how are you, Yvette? How are things on your side of the world?
Today it's a kind of chilly day in Georgia. It's raining and the temperature kind of dropped. But other than that, I'm okay.
You're okay. You have an accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Guyana, South America.
Okay. When did you leave Guyana, though?
I left Guyana March of 89.
89. Want to ask you something quick about Guyana. This is cultural mix. So we talk
sir.
about cultural practices and, customs and so on. Can you remember any practice at all, any custom at all growing up in Guyana as a young girl?
Well, I am what do you call a mixed person. So I am mixed with Indian and Black. So I have both sides. So I can cook food from the Indian side and I cook food from the from the
From the
African
Black
side.
side.
So I'm like a melting pot. So I'm like a melting pot of both my parents, my grandparents. I know some of them came from India. So I have
Mhm.
that Indian side, and then I know some came from Portugal, so I have that side. So I am kind of the melting pot.
The melting pot. What kind of Indian food you can cook?
Curry chicken and roti. Just to name it two. um, my kids love curry chicken, and sometimes they ask to put eggs in it, so I have to put the eggs in it. But not everybody eat eggs in their curry. But for my kids, they want curry chicken and roti, so I
Hold
have
on,
to make
hold on, Yvette. Curry chicken and roti, we know that are Indian food. But how you put in the egg now? At what point the egg goes in the curry chicken?
after it's cooked. So you boil the eggs, and after
Oh, you boil.
the curry is
Oh,
cooked, you put it in. Yes,
okay. To boil eggs.
yes.
I started to wonder how the egg come in.
So like
um,
when you were young, when we were younger, and if you didn't have enough meat and you had
mhm,
eggs, so you just make
mhm.
curry, egg, and potatoes. So if you had the luxury of having meat, you add the meat to it. So if you didn't have
Curry
meat,
eggs. Uh-huh.
yes,
So curry egg is something. Is a meal.
yes, ma'am.
Wow, wow. I can try that. Curry eggs shouldn't be too bad. Lots
No,
of pepper and so on.
and you see, I get fresh eggs, so I don't have to buy the eggs.
So we're going to talk about the eggs in a while, event. So tell me quick now, a quick home economics class. How you prepare the curry eggs?
Well, first, you boil the eggs and maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes. Depends if you want them hard
Hard.
boil or
Mm-hmm.
medium boil. I boil mine for about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so then in a pan, like a karahi, they call it, or a frying
Mm-hmm.
pan, you put a little bit, I use coconut oil. So I put a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of coconut oil. I have jeera and I have masala. I have
Mm-hmm.
onions and peppers, garlic,
Mm-hmm.
everything I
Mm-hmm.
grow in my window in the wintertime. So they're fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Cut them up and then you put them in the pan, season it, and then add your curry if you want to mix the curry dry or if you want to mix it with water. You put a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of water and you saute it in the pan and make sure the curry cook first. And
Okay.
then you may add a little potato if you want potato in it. Let the
Mm-hmm.
potato cook first and the curry cook, and then add the eggs in at last.
Mm-hmm. So you add the eggs whole.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Peel
Okay.
first and then put in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You shell the eggs and then you put them in whole.
Yes.
That should be nice. That's something we can try. Curry eggs. Yeah, that is something we can try. So we know of the curry chicken and roti as an Indian food.
Yes, ma'am.
And roti, some people have the roti with other kinds of protein, chickpeas,
Yes.
some,
Yes.
and I've seen pumpkin with served with some of the
Yes.
roti too. So vegetarians can enjoy their roti with their kind of vegetarian.
Yes. And if you want to
Um,
add shrimp or whatever your flavor is. And for
mhm,
me, I am kind of like semi-vegetarian. So
mhm,
um chicken is not a must for me,
mhm,
but I
mhm.
do the egg.
Okay, okay, and your children love it.
Yes.
So we know you have that kind of thing. But once you see the picnic start to request food and anything you see them request is something you know them enjoy.
Yes.
They always asking you to prepare this is because they like it. So you are from Guyana and you are now in Georgia.
Yes, ma'am.
So what how did you move over from Guyana? Was it your parents who
Yes,
migrated and
my both my parents were nurses. They met in nursing school, and
wow.
here I am. But we moved to New York first in
Hmm.
'89, and then from '89 to '91, we all lived in an apartment. It was like my grandpa, my grandma, my uncles, my sister, my little sister, my mom and dad, and us shared an apartment for a long
Hmm.
time. And then we moved, decide we're gonna move to Jersey. So we moved to New Jersey in 1991,
Hmm.
and I stayed there most of my time until I left high school. Went to a little bit of college, then moved to Indiana, and Georgia is the longest state I've stayed in.
Hmm. So which ones you prefer?
I
Which
love
is your
Georgia.
best? Why?
The weather, and I don't have well, now it's changed because when we first moved, you didn't need a winter coat. Now you do need a winter coat. So climate
Mhm.
change is making a lot of things change around here, but I love the weather.
Okay, 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 okay. That's
Anywhere
lovely.
more, I will go south to the islands, south to the
Yeah.
islands.
Okay, so you really have grown in America. You could
Yes,
put it
ma'am.
that way. Because you left Ghana what 14 years
Yes.
old. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
really we could consider you an American then, no?
Yes.
What was the what when you left Guyana and went to New York? What was that thing that struck you most when you went in?
Well, you know, when you're younger, they tell you that New York is great. The streets are paved with gold. It's not. You have to pave it for yourself to make it gold.
Uh-huh. You
Um,
have to pay for it for yourself.
yes. The temperature was cold when we came. It was like winter time, so we only had summer clothes. So when we came, we had to get new wardrobes, and it was different. I didn't go to school till the September, so it was a different change, you know, being independent, going on the bus by yourself as a young teenager. You were scared. I was scared.
Mhm,
We had to take two to three buses to get to school, but I mastered it, and I did well. I wasn't scared anymore.
mhm. So coming into New York as an island girl,
Hmm.
how did you, apart from the bus and so on, what was that thing that you had to get over that stayed with you for a long time? You know, it took you a long time to get into the American life as an island teenager coming across.
Learning the culture, learning to speak, like leaving Guyana, you have a deep accent.
Mm-hmm.
I still do have it, but it's not as deep as before. So you can tell that I was a country girl when I first moved. But as the years go by, it kind of dwindled. But then when you're around your family and friends, it
Mm-hmm.
creeps up back on you.
Okay. Can't leave out the culture at all.
No, ma'am.
Oh, what?
They said,
What?
you know, the saying is that you can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the
Check
country
the
out of the
country out
girl.
of the girl. As you talk about country girl, when I was talking to you 2 days ago, you mentioned something to me, and I have to really talk about this up front.
Okay.
So you were employed, doing
Yes, ma'am.
good and all, right?
Yes.
And then COVID.
COVID hit March. Well, it hit before March. So on March 30th was the last day at my job. They said we either locked down with them. It was a state of emergency. Either lock down and stay or go home. So I had to come home because I had a young teenager. I had my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna leave it at home by himself. So I
Mm-hmm.
came home, and not a lot of employees came home. About 200 of us came home, and then
Wow.
in May they fired us. We got an email about 4 o'clock in the morning. I had a teammate call me because I was a supervisor. So everyone had my number. So they would call me any time of day, any time of night, and they
Mhm.
would call and said, Yvette, I just got fired. I said, what you mean? I said, hold on. I got up, washed my face, checked my
Mhm.
email, and I was like, well, I guess all of us got fired.
You
So
are fired too.
yeah, so we weren't, we weren't safe, but we all got fired. But I guess it's a blessing in disguise because
How long were you employed at this place for?
13 years.
And after 13 years, you just get an email at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and they said you're fired. So we had the pink slip without even being in person to get the pink slip.
Wow. How did you feel? What was the first feeling?
At first, I was kind of sad that you give your life and you give your time and you give your
13 years.
effort
Yeah.
to taking care of people, and then all of a sudden it's swept on under the rug with you, so you kind of left like a daze. But for me,
Mm-hmm.
I could fend for myself. I could take $1 and make it to $20 or
Mm-hmm.
$40. Once you have something other than what you're working and you have another knowledge and other experience, you
Mm-hmm.
just have to take it and build from there. So things that I was doing as a hobby became my business.
Talk to me about that now.
Um, Back in 2000, I want to say maybe 1999. My
Mm-hmm.
sister, this is how it started. 1999, my sister was going to a wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to a store in Jersey called Mandy's. And so they had jewelry on the rack, and she saw a piece, and she said, I want this. And I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I said, I looked at it like this, I was like, I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, don't buy it. There was a craft store next door in the back of the Mandy. So I went to the craft store, and I bought the color beads to match her outfit. She was going to the wedding, and I made a necklace, an earring, and a prong bracelet for her. And
Wow.
that's how I start making jewelry. I had no idea what I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
but I said I could do it. Once I saw it, I decided to do it, and that's how I did. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
started making jewelry. Was then.
How did she like that bracelet? That thing
She
you
got a lot of
said?
compliment on it. A lot of people inquire how to get it, and I end up making quite a few more. And
Wow.
throughout the years, I made a lot. Like people, like I had a professor call me once and said she's going to Africa for a conference, and she showed me her outfit, and she said
Mm-hmm.
she want this, this, and this color. So I end up making about 25 pairs of earring and necklace to go with her outfit. And
Wow.
when she was there, she got a lot of compliment on the stuff that I made for her.
Wow. 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 So you're using your hands right there.
Yes, and I love doing it.
Uh-huh. So apart from the jewelry, what else were you able to use your hands and do?
I make bracelets. I make yoni gongs.
Mm-hmm.
My boss, we call her Mama Eagle, encouraged me to make yoni gongs. I saw the picture, but I was like, I don't know if I could do it. You kind
Mm-hmm.
of doubt yourself, and the first time I made one, it came out pretty good.
What
The
is it you made?
yoni gongs, they're like for steaming.
Okay.
So I made a few of them, and they came out pretty good. So it was awesome just to see it come to
Mm-hmm.
life because she
Mm-hmm.
pushed me to do it. There was
Mm-hmm.
another time another boss lady asked me to make a head wrap. I never made head wrap before, and
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Okay, send me the picture." I looked at the picture, and the next day I had one made for her.
Wow. Wow.
It
Wow. Wow.
comes naturally.
Yes.
Sometimes I sleep at night. My room is crazy because I sleep. I'm like a bead hoarder, a fabric hoarder, you name it, I have it. So I keep a lot of stuff again next to the bed. So when I dream of it or I
You
think
just
of
get
it,
up and do
I
something.
get up right away and I make it.
Creativity at its highest.
Yes, ma'am.
So once you have that creative energy, you can't go wrong. Once you
Yes,
have that creative energy, you can't go hungry either
yes,
because there's always something to do. So COVID come now, you get your email at 4 o'clock in the morning that you no longer have this job, and you feel a kind of way, but you know that you would go through this.
yes.
What else did you do?
Well, I have a big yard, and when I purchased the property, I wanted vegetables and fruits. And when I saw the land, the thing that sold me was the blueberry and the grapes. They had grapevine, and I
On
said
the land.
I didn't care what the price was.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it without
Mm-hmm.
even seeing the rest of the property. I purchased it. Then I said, you know what? I want to be like the country girl. Um, but I wanted to have the same feeling like I'm in Guyana. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
coming down my street, there's farms, cow farm, there's pig farm, there's goat farms. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, you know what? I want some chickens. So my girlfriend and I, she's from Jamaica. We celebrate the same birthday. So we kind of think alike.
Yes.
So we decided, she found the chickens and she said, Yvette, let's go. So we drove an hour and a half to go pick up these chickens. And I said, well, let's get some layers.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, my husband decided he's gonna make a chicken coop. So I have a mini chicken coop, and then they call it a presidential suite. So I have, my chickens have a presidential suite, so they're well taken care of. I had 25 and five died, and so now I have 20 and one rooster.
So
And
you have one rooster, I have 20 layers.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes, just keep your rooster busy, man.
yes.
So what happened now with these layers now in Georgia at the back of your
Well,
house? All
if
cook.
you have a big property, you can have as many as you want.
Okay,
The roost, I don't have neighbors close by, so
okay, okay.
I can have them. I could have goat, I could have cows, but I haven't got
Mhm.
to that point yet. I have to build up and I have to sweet talk the kids to get it, to get it. So
Uh-huh.
hopefully maybe next year I'll have some
Mm.
goats or
So
something.
how
I'll
the
start
chicken are
small.
rearing? So they are laying well.
Yes, in the winter time they don't lay as much. You will get one or two egg, but in the springtime, which is now, I think
Hmm.
everybody is laying.
So what you do with the eggs now, Yvette?
I donate it to the fire department. I don't sell them. I give it to my friends. I could sell them, but um I just like giving things away and I pay it forward.
Hmm. Yeah. So with the eggs now, no wonder they want the curried eggs.
Yes.
They have the fresh eggs.
Well, the rooster, the rooster will well, not really wake the neighbors up because when the time change, he doesn't know what time it is. So sometime at 2 in the morning, he'll go off. At 4 in the morning, he'll go off.
Yes,
Six
that's
in the
roasted for
morning, and
you.
sometime if the day like get a little dark early, he'll go
Uh-huh.
off at 6 in the evening. So his timing is off right now.
Rooster just crow. You may have to get one more to help him out. You
I
cannot.
don't know. He's kind of the man of the yard because when people come by, I think I have to put a sign up: "Beware of rooster."
Instead of beware of
Because
dog.
yes, because the kids whenever they come, they give them bread, so they will buy bread, and I'm thinking the bread is for the house, and they said, "No, mom, that's for the chickens." So I don't touch the bread for the chickens.
So what you feed the layers on?
They have layonette pellets and
Hmm.
corn in the wintertime. They're
Okay.
all natural. So I open them in the morning like 6 and they just roam the yard. And by 6 in the evening they're back in the coop.
Oh, so you don't have them in the coop all day.
No, they're free. They're free range.
Hmm. So they lay on the outside or they lay inside the coop.
I think some of them are doing that. I found maybe a dozen of eggs the other day. I was wondering why something was smelling funny and I kind of
Hmm.
look around. I searched the corners under the firewood, and there was a clutch of about 15,
Wow.
all spoiled.
No, so you have to walk. You have to walk the place now.
I have to walk the place now, and
Yes, and look for the eggs.
yes,
I'm sure though that the fire department would love more
yeah,
eggs.
the guys they love it because they
Yeah.
call me back and ask if I have any more. So I think I have to do a weekly drop off.
Yes, because the those layers would lay almost every day, you know?
Yes,
So you have a job now.
yes, it's a full time.
To pick up eggs, you may have to hire somebody to pick up
Yes,
eggs. But that is so nice though. All along I thought you were selling the eggs.
no, I give them away.
Wow, that is so lovely. That is so lovely. Hats off to you on that.
Thank you.
Especially in the COVID time when people would want to put, have
Yes.
a little extra cash here, an extra dollar here, extra $5 here, and so on. You have found it within your heart to give away those eggs to
Yes.
people who I'm sure are appreciative of it. So
Yes.
we
Well,
really want
I
to.
ran in the wintertime, I ran out of eggs. So I said, I'll go to the Publix and I'll buy the supermarket and I'll buy maybe 6 eggs to try to see if I could eat them. And it wasn't the same. I had to end
Mhm.
up throwing it away.
Because you see, when you get used to your eggs,
Yes, you
you're
can't.
not you can't bother with the manufactured ones, I call them.
No, yes,
Those that are done.
they don't taste the
They
same.
don't taste the same. No, I'm telling you because that's the experience I have. The natural ones, yeah, better, better, better. The taste better. So I was saying, Yvette, I really want to congratulate you on that move, as you say, paying it forward. It is indeed paying it forward
I'm
when you
always
can find it because you would have purchased these layers, you would have buy the feeding for them, you would have put money in, of course. And then when you get these eggs now, you find it within you to just give them away.
yes.
So we are saying big up on that move. It is really a way of paying forward because sometimes we don't get the idea that when we give, we are actually preparing to receive.
Yes. They said an open hand
Yeah,
is always a receiving hand.
yeah. And we want to big you up on that. We want to say, good move that you have made there in a time when persons would want to be, wanting
Yeah.
more cash to come in and so on. But that wasn't the only thing you did when COVID struck and you lost your job.
No, ma'am.
So tell us the other things that you did.
The
Because
other
what we want people to understand that there is always a way.
I
Always a way.
okay, so I think it was 2020, early in the year. I
Mm-hmm.
was just on Facebook strolling along, and I saw Shanafi, and it said Zevon Natural, and it says organic products. And I said, you know what? I'm going to buy something to use on my son's hair because he
Mm-hmm.
has really long hair, longer than mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to use natural products. So I purchased ginger shampoo and conditioner. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I bought the ginger hair serum, and
Mm-hmm.
I think a soap. I wanted to try it out for myself. And so I was about to put another order. After that came, I wanted to put another order in. So I was watching the live another day, and Shanafi said she's looking for a boss lady. And I was like, what is a boss lady? I said, I want to be a boss lady. That's what I was saying to myself. This time I'm scared. My heart was beating. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to call her and talk to her and tell her I
Mm-hmm.
want to be a boss lady. But I inboxed her. I didn't call. I inboxed and I said, I wanted to be a boss lady. I said, what do you have to do? She said, well, you have to have customer friendly voice, be always nice. And she said, you fit the profile. You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hesitate. And I didn't have all of it, but money was kind of tight. But I
Mm-hmm.
found a way. I always, like my kids always say, Mommy, you always find a way to get things. Like
Mm-hmm.
you would give your shirt off your back. And that's what I did. I found a way to start it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of doing that, I become a boss lady. I was driving one day to deliver product to a customer. And on my way coming back on the country road, I saw some storage shed. And I said, oh, I love this one. My
Mm-hmm.
eyes were like big when it was green and my favorite color. And I was like, yes, I'm going to get it. So I went to speak to the lady. She was taking care of another customer, and she wasn't even supposed to be there that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I popped in. Somebody was picking up the shed. So they came to sign paperwork. Again, I didn't have money, but I said, I'm
You
going to
found
step in faith.
you
And
found a way.
yes, I went in and I said, how much for that shed out there? It had pretty windows on top. It had a sunroof, and it was the bang of a ship's she shed, as they call it. So
Mm-hmm.
I went in and I said, excuse me, ma'am, how much is that she shed out there? She said, 10,000, $10,000. And I was like, $10,000? I said, hmm.
Mm.
She said, well, you can put a deposit and then you can pay monthly installment.
10,000.
Yes, I said, hold on a minute. So I went back in the car and I sat down and I said, I start calculating in my head, how can I do this?
Mm-hmm.
I went back in. She started telling me about her husband and we start talking and
Mm-hmm.
she said, but I have some other ones in the back if you want. We just repossess a few of them in the back. If you want to go take a walk and see which one you like. So I
Mm-hmm.
walk around the back. I saw one that caught my eyes. It was like a aqua color, which is another favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, she said, do you like it? I said, yes. I said, but I don't have all the money to pay for it. She said, take this sign and put on it, say sold.
Okay.
So I took the sign and I took the staple machine and I put sold.
Mm.
I didn't sign no paperwork.
But
I
it
didn't
is
do
sold.
anything. It was sold to me
Yes.
without me even signing paperwork. So I
Yes.
did the paperwork afterwards and I was like, okay, I'll get my credit card. I got my driver's license. And she said, we're only going to put the deposit on the card. And
Mm-hmm.
then they're going to send, and you have 90 days and they're going to start taking payments.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. I got the shed. Because it was pandemic time, a lot of people were purchasing things. So it didn't deliver to me till about the end of summer. So
Okay.
they didn't, when they delivered it in the summer, I'd already saved up my money that I was going to pay each
Mm-hmm.
month for it. So when I got it, they said when it arrived, you can start paying then. So I had about 4 or 5 months to pay for it, to
Wow.
start paying. So I saved up and I paid the first payment and I put 1,000 down.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have 48 months, I think it was,
Mm-hmm.
exactly to pay it off. And I paid it off within 24 months.
Wow.
Before the 24 months, I paid it off. So
Wow.
selling the Seven Natural products,
Uh-huh.
selling my masks that I make, and doing
Mm-hmm.
other little things that I do with my hands give me
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity to pay for it.
Pay for the shed.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that. So out of bad, you would have said out of evil comes good.
Yes.
Because it is the pandemic why you would have lost your job.
Yes.
It is because the pandemic why you started using your hands even more.
Yes.
It is the pandemic why you would have said, I want to be a boss lady for Seven Naturals. Never had all the money, but you put in a little and started to sell. And from that, you could have purchased a shed now. What is the shed now being used for?
Well, I just put we just put the drywall in and the floor. We put
Mm-hmm.
an extra window on it. We're about
Mm-hmm.
to cut it out to put it AC, but because it was cold, we didn't work on it. So I've
Mm-hmm.
got paint. I have primer and paint ready to go, but just waiting for the warm weather to come so we can go and
Mm-hmm.
finish it up. And I'll have a grand opening when it's time for it to open.
Because this is going to be your store.
This is gonna be my store. This is gonna be my project area where I do my sewing, where I do
Mm-hmm.
my beadwork, where I
Mm-hmm.
do everything. My
Mm-hmm.
meditation room, my exercise room.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a multi-purpose
Mm-hmm.
area.
This could be your creativity center.
Yes, ma'am.
It's gonna be your creativity center. Now tell me, Yvette, how important it is because you would have had a vision. It's a vision that you're having,
Yes.
You're seeing what you want to accomplish. How important. Talk to young ladies who may think that because one door closed, it means every door closed.
Well, when one door closed, there's a bigger door to open for you. So
Wow.
if it's a tiny door is closing for you, and you
Mm-hmm.
spend so many years being in one place and you stuck and you said, this is it for me, I'm going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happened like COVID, it comes and it sends you in a hop roll. For months
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what am I going to do? Like working, I was stressed. Like, how am I going to pay my bills? You
Mm-hmm.
just work to pay bills. Now I work because I want to work.
Mm-hmm.
I create because I love being creative.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm an independent contractor, as they call it. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm also a personal shopper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So I do a lot of things to bring incoming, and I'm not stressed. My bills are paid. Uh, I'm not late on anything. I don't have a new car, so I don't have to worry about car payments because
Mm-hmm.
everything
Because
is just
that's
paid.
another thing too. Once some people start to get some extra money, they feel that they need to go and get a new car.
Yes,
And that is stress. A new car is really stress because there's so much payment. There is all kind of thing to do. And especially young people nowadays
yes.
always want to be name brand, always want to have the flashiest car, always want to have all the name brand clothing, always want to be popping and always want to be flossing. But that is not a vision, really.
No, it's not. I live within my means. Sometimes I live not above my means. You have to be realistically and said, hey, instead of shopping at Macy's, I may go to Goodwill and find a nice, pretty outfit, and it
Mm-hmm.
still has the tag, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
paying like $5. If I go on a date, it's senior day. They give me
Mm-hmm.
senior discount.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it too loud, but they think I'm a senior because of my gray hair. And they don't even
Okay.
ask me for my ID. They just say, okay,
Okay,
ma'am, you
okay,
get the senior discount. So I get
okay. I
senior
could get
discount.
in a discount too.
I haven't gotten the free coffee yet, though, but I got senior discount.
Um, so what I'm getting from you, Yvette, is that you are a thinker.
Yes,
What I'm getting from you is that you have you plan what you want before you make that move. What I'm getting from you is that you step forward in faith.
yes,
What I'm getting from you is that you see it happening even before it is happening.
yes. I do have dreams too sometime, but sometimes I don't really not really say you follow them, but they do come true.
Yes, those dreams are coming from a place, you know.
Yes, yes. It's like your ancestors speaking to you. So
Yeah, and it
I
is
do
important.
hear them and I
Yeah.
follow them.
Yes, it is important. It is important. How do you look back now? When you look back and you say, "Wow, I've not really gotten everything that I saw myself accomplishing, but step by step I'm moving." How it make you feel?
It's an awesome feeling to know that you can get up any time of the day. If you want to wake up at 5 in the morning, nobody's telling you you have to get up at 7 to be at work at 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get up at 6, do what I have to do, and still have a good day, a fruitful day, a productive day. If I want
Mm-hmm.
to sleep late, which I don't sleep late, by 4 or 5, and I'm up. And I don't
Yeah.
have a job to say I have to go to work. I have a job whereas I work for myself. So some
Mm-hmm.
nights I'm up at midnight creating stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some days I don't do anything. Some days I go to my mom. Some days
Mm-hmm.
I go outside. When it's
Mm-hmm.
a pretty day, I go and walk. But most of the time, it's my time. I can do whatever I want with it.
Wow, and that is important. That's freedom.
Yes.
That is
Financial
freedom.
freedom too.
Yeah, that's freedom because I'm gonna get to the financial freedom part, but the mind is at rest. And when
Yes.
your mind is at rest, you even get more creative.
Yes.
So you find you're able to make jewelry more because the creative energy is flowing because you're not stressing about that report that you may have to do, or you're not stressing that you have to accomplish it at work, or you're not stressing about that other colleague at work where you can't bother with, or you're not stressing about no boss who just on top of you all the time.
Yes.
You are moving at your own pace, at your own level, doing what you want to accomplish in your own time,
Yes, ma'am.
in your own time, in your own time. And the importance of that is what I want us to really emphasize so people can understand what we are talking about.
Yes.
So, Zevin Natural now, the move that you made to be a boss lady, as all the boss ladies are called,
Yeah.
how was that journey?
It at first I had to figure, I had help and stuff, but when sometimes when you're by yourself, sometimes you have to figure things out. And
Mm-hmm,
as I go, I figure things out.
mm-hmm,
I call a few boss lady, ask a few questions. I get help, but sometimes you can't always call.
mm-hmm,
You have to figure the steps that you need to take to
mm-hmm,
be a better person, or to say you want to open a website. You found the website, you just have to know how to go by, and there's step by step you can do. But for me to start doing it, I figured it out by myself.
mm-hmm.
And with help of my kids, they kind of tell, Mom, you can go here. And they say, Mom, you don't know how to do it? I said, no. And then they say, okay, here's the link.
Mm,
And they will
okay.
walk me through it. But I am kind of like a computer savvy person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know all of it, but I learned, and that's how I did my website and know how to take pictures. I learned from my sister. Um, my kids help me sometime, but I get my inspiration from my sister.
What how does she inspire you?
Well, she's one of my oldest sister. We don't have a brother, so I have two older siblings,
Okay.
myself in the middle, and I have a younger sister. So my
Mm-hmm,
two older sister, my oldest sister Avia in Guyana, she's like my best friend.
mm-hmm.
My younger sister Yanette, she's like my other best friend. So I have three best friends.
Sisters, yeah. And no, I was asking how does she inspire you?
Oh, she is, I don't know where to start. She's a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
She is a boss lady before you could call a boss lady.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of look up to her
Mm-hmm.
for inspiration. And
Mm-hmm.
she may say the same about me, that she looked
Mm-hmm.
to me for inspiration. So we kind of help each other out somewheres. She is, she always tell me, Yvette, you have a hand, you have
Mm-hmm.
a purpose, use your hand to create.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were times I will make a few things, and then I would just go blank for months. I wouldn't do anything. And then I get that creative moment. I go and I make something else. She said, well, which one do you want to do? I said, I
Mm-hmm.
love doing all of them. So I'm not just making one thing. She
Mm-hmm.
just said,
Mm-hmm.
well, stick to something that you love. So I make everything.
Okay.
So
The hand.
she's like my backbone, my pusher, my everything she is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Wow. Inspiring to have somebody who you can look up to all the time.
Yes.
Somebody who will push you, you know. I'm reading some of the comments here, and wow, Yvette, everybody talking about your yoni gowns.
Oh, I have one I could show you. Maybe if I could.
Yes. So we're gonna play some music and then we'll come back and look at that yoni gown.
All right, I'll pull one so you can see it.
Yes. Play some music and then we'll come right back.
Boy, la 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 la, yes. I read, Gotta lift my voice in praises, yes. Gonna shout it, gonna sing it loud. Up in the morning, I say my prayer. Thank you, Father, for another day. Let it clear it right away. I'm alive, yes. I'm alive, my money in the bank, oh no rent. Here I am, still give thanks. Ask me how, I don't know, I ain't no bro. But I'm alive, yeah. I'm alive. I see the sun and I see the rain. Yes, I feel joy in my Father's name. Tear might fall every now and then. I still give thanks to the full extent. Yes, now. Up in the morning, I say my prayer. Thank you, Father, for another day. Let me clear it right away. I'm alive, yes. I'm alive, man. I'm in the bank, oh no right, but here I am. Still give thanks. Ask me how, I don't know. Ain't no pro, but I'm alive, yes. I'm alive. I can walk without fear or doubt. Yeah. Go to sleep with little to worry about. I do know there's danger everywhere. Yeah. So I pray, dear Father, always be near. Up in the morning, I say my prayer. Thank you, Father, for another day. Let it clear it right away. I'm alive, yeah. I'm alive, my money in the bank, oh no right, but here I am, still give thanks. Ask me how, I don't know, I ain't no pro, but I'm alive, yes, I'm alive. I challenge the day with an open mind, just in a way that I would design. No, I will falter, but in time I will grow, I will grow. Can't be too old to be taught. Can even learn something from the youth. Give a little nod if you know the truth. Hey, hey. Up in the morning, I say my prayer. Thank you, Father, for another day. Let me clear it right away. I'm alive, yes. I'm alive, my money in the bank, oh, no right, but here I am, still give thanks. Ask me out, I don't know, I ain't no pro, but I'm alive, yes, yeah. I'm alive, yeah. I'm alive, yeah. Oh God, I'm alive, yeah, yeah, alive, yeah. Everything's just fine, yes.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Cultural Mix. We are in the studio, Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Guess what? Another little berry salmon we are playing on Facebook block, we know. So just jump over to YouTube, Fit FM YouTube, and you will hear the conversation as it is happening, right? So, you know, when one door closed, as we were saying earlier, one
Yes.
next door open, right? So, Facebook door closed, we are going to jump over to YouTube door. But it is still running, it's just that it is blocked, right? Yeah, I understand you. Because you know, with the music that we play and so on, and the copyright issues and so on, right? So let's hop over to YouTube. It is still running on Facebook, but we want to catch it as it is happening, right? So they might soon release it, but let's hop over to YouTube. So Yvette, welcome back, darling. I see you have put up behind you a gown. Talk to
Yes,
us about the gown.
that is what they call, well, some people call it a puni steam gown, some people call it a yoni gown.
Uh-huh.
So I made, this was the first one I made.
Okay.
It was a simple one, so you can wear it up to here.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones I made can go, your hand could go through it, so your arm is free. So
Okay.
let me turn the mannequin. Maybe you can see it on the mannequin.
With the mannequin.
So oh, I'll have to turn it this way.
Mm-hmm. Take your
So
time and maneuver.
oh, there's the mannequin. So the arm is out on this,
Yeah.
and I custom make them so they're, so if you're tall, like maybe 5'4",
Mm-hmm.
5'11", 6 foot, I custom make them to the length that the
Mm-hmm.
person is, and I
Mm-hmm.
custom make them to the color that the person wants. So they will
Okay.
call me and say, Yvette, what color do you have? And I show them the color of fabric I have,
Mm-hmm.
and I just make them. So
And you
they,
have never, so when did you make the first one?
the first one I made, I want to say maybe a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first one, and the second one I made went to Shanafi, our boss
Mm-hmm.
lady, Mama Eagle. She got the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I made one for my girlfriend. She has the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Romania has one, and some other boss lady bought a few, and I have a few more and some other special orders I have that I have to fulfill.
So when you made the first one, how did you because how did you make the first one? Tell us, talk us through that one.
I didn't have a pattern. I just look at a video, I look at a picture of it,
Uh-huh.
and I kind of say, okay, I'm gonna make something for myself. So I use myself as a reference point,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I made the first one. So the first one ended up being like a long skirt, like a waist high skirt,
Uh-huh.
but it didn't have the flare. So I had to figure out, how do I put a flare on it?
Mm-hmm.
So I made this one. And this one, I had to add fabric to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it ended up being a skirt instead of a gown. So practice make perfect.
Yes.
And that's how I get to finish them up.
Okay, okay. Oh, got you, got you. There are persons now who are talking, making comments. Lisa, one of your boss lady colleague, Lisa is saying, you have a heart of gold. I
Aw.
suppose she's making reference to the fact that even though you had bought these layers and you would have put in money to, to get the to make the kuba and so on, when the eggs come, you give them away. I think that is what she's making reference to.
Oh.
Yes, a heart of gold. Somebody say you are to get the rooster clock. So, so he's not off time.
He's a busy guy around town.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to go far.
So Romania Parkinson is saying, when you see the rooster running, 25 sexy chickens chasing him.
Well, today we had an episode. Today my nephew and son was here, and
Yes.
so they had on red. So the rooster think they were going after his girls. So
What?
they walked past him with a stick just to keep him away.
Uh-huh.
And he watched them pass, and when they pass, he start trotting.
Running behind them.
Yes.
Don't want them
So
trouble
the
pictures
bear
at
made
all.
it to the car. I've
Don't
had
want-
wounds from him.
Wow. You
The
may have to
spur-
get a different rooster and
the-
spur them too sharp.
the spur is sharp, and I don't want to catch him or do it. I just let him be his man. So I know when I go outside to wear my weather boots, my long boots,
Uh-huh.
long pants,
And
I
you put on
stay
your
far
gloves.
from him. Yes, I stay far from him and always have a stick.
You always have to wear your gloves. Somebody was saying, Janice Williams, that reminds me so much of my childhood. I think, when you were talking about how you were growing up,
Yes.
Denise is saying that reminds her of her childhood. Always with a kind heart, says Gail. And Carrie Ann Warren says, Yvette, I'm surely moving next door. I guess she maybe wants some eggs too.
Yes.
She's
I
moving
even
next
I even sent eggs to Maryland. I sent eggs to Florida.
What? What?
I'm I'm not exporting though.
Yes, you're just being kind to your friend. Kind-hearted soul, my sister, is super amazing. That's Avia.
Yes. Thank you.
Shanafi says, an open hand is always a receiving hand.
Yes.
So, you're giving and you're receiving. So, quite a few persons. Big up yourself. Just reading a few of the comments here. Here comes the blessing. After you give, you shall receive. So, watch God at work. Many persons are commenting here. I'm just reading a few of them.
Okay.
Carla Toya Freighter, wow, inspiring all the time. Real boss, whoa, you just have to have the drive and ambition. That's what Lisa is saying. Do you agree with her?
Yes. I was a little nervous today, and a few of the boss ladies said, "Yvette, don't be nervous." My heart was pounding. I started to get like cold sweat. I was like a nervous child, like when you first went to kindergarten. I had that feeling like when I dropped my son off at kindergarten when they were younger.
Mhm.
It was like emotional because I didn't prepare anything. I said I'm gonna speak from the heart.
Yes.
So I didn't prepare a paper. I said, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to
Yeah.
just speak
Mhm, mhm.
naturally how it comes from our heart,
Yes.
and that's how it's coming out.
Yes. And that is how it should come because
Yeah.
we don't want any pre prepared script. We
Yes.
want to hear you speak truthfully. We want to hear you speak from your heart. We want to hear you talk to other people and make that connection. Because when you are truthful, you really are going to connect with other people who maybe are experiencing the same thing as you are experiencing. When you put on and pretty up, you don't have that kind of connection that we want the conversation to have on
Yeah.
people, the kind of effect that we want it to have. You
Mhm.
really have to be truthful. You can't make up stuff. You just have to talk. Somebody's referring to your store that you're gonna have this grand opening for and giving you the applause and clapping you forward
Yes.
for the grand opening that you're gonna have, right?
Yes.
Carry on. Seven natural change so many lives.
It did.
Um, the kind of support you get from your other sisters, how important is that?
Um, Very important because without them, as a whole, if you're by yourself, you don't function by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's like a baby tree. A mother tree is always on top, giving
Mm-hmm.
shade so that the younger tree could grow. And
Mm-hmm.
so we all come together and build a forest. So even if we were like on an abandoned island,
Mm-hmm.
we weren't by ourselves. But when we come together and be under this umbrella and the tree, we kind of get shade, and we all grow and growing into what we're supposed to be.
How awesome is that? I wonder if you realize that picture that you painted just now. It's like you're all under an umbrella and everybody is growing, growing, growing. So it's not one tree that is growing, it is several trees.
Separate, yes.
And then you have a forest in no time.
Yes. And
The
that's
kind
ever
of
natural.
the kind of support that we need,
Yes.
for us to grow even as individuals.
Yes.
Even as individuals, it's that kind of support. You're not pulling down another not pulling you down, but you're building together.
Yes.
How does your children, how do they support you as an independent, as a boss lady now, doing so many things with your hands? What kind of support do you get from your children?
Um, my oldest, well, all of them give me support. Sometimes I even try to give them product and say, try this, try this. They say, Mom, you gotta sell this stuff. You can't just give it to us.
Hmm.
So they do. My oldest son do help me a lot. My middle son, all of them have a little part in doing. My two eldest are grown. My little one, I have a almost 26-year-old, almost 24-year-old, and an almost 19-year-old who's think he's 30. So he's the big boss man. And so they all keep me on my toes. And I love them. They're like my backbone. Like instead of having one backbone, I have
Mhm.
many backbone that come together and glue me together.
Wow, wow, wow. Did you say you your sons? Is it sons that you have, or son and
Yes.
daughter?
So I have three boys. No girls.
But you don't have no brother.
No, I don't. That's my brother. Those are my brothers. They're
So
literally my brothers.
yeah, you don't have no brother, and you end up having sons alone,
Yes.
sons only. How nice, how nice. And they are there to help
Yeah.
you and to work with you through all the adventures that you want to go through, all the business. How important, Yvette, for us to be economically independent.
For once a woman or a young girl could learn a trade or learn something, when you go to school, pay attention. If they offer a sewing class or they offer a cooking class, take it.
Mm-hmm.
If at 10 years old I learned to cook, I didn't want to learn to cook, but I wanted to work on cars with my dad. I've got
Mm-hmm.
whoopings for learning to cook. I would
Mm-hmm.
climb the mango tree up on top of the tank. My mom had this long stick and she started to whoop me to come down from the tree. I was a little tomboy because we didn't have a brother, so I would climb
Mm-hmm.
stuff to get mango, cook. You see
Yeah.
this here on my forehead?
Yeah.
That's from being a tomboy, climbing the tree for guava and fall down and bust my head. So this is with me for life, but it was darker and I started using the Zeven natural products and it's
Mm-hmm.
lighter now.
Wow. So that's a
I'm
good
not
thing.
just a boss lady, I use the products too.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. So we were talking about economic independence. How important that is.
For a woman, you save her, you save her family, you probably save two generations for her to give her independence. So once you have your independence, nobody can tell you anything. You can
Mm-hmm.
buy what you want, you can do what you want,
Mm-hmm.
you can support yourself, you can even help friends or teach somebody else to do something that they don't have. But
Mm-hmm.
once you have that independence to provide for yourself, it's a
Mm-hmm.
great feeling to have inside. If
Yeah.
somebody help you, yes, but if you do it for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it's a big self confidence. It boosts your confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody saying, Yvette, listen to your own story. It really inspire me. Yes, freedom. Be your own boss. Love your story, boss lady. That is TK Seven Natural. Love your story, boss lady Yvette. You are such an inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Lisa Shippy Campbell C. Shane. Avia, you inspire me, sis. Listen, there are persons who are listening on the radio 96.7 and they're not able to type in because it's either YouTube or Facebook who are able,
Yes.
to talk to us. But if you are listening and you want to call or you want to send a WhatsApp or a text message, you can 876 478 9144 876 478 9144 or 876 317 1991. Me need to change my glasses or what? 876-317-1991. So you can send us a text message and let us know, how it is that you feel about the discussion that we're having. Do you want to say anything? We like to interact with our audience. We like to listen. We like to for you to share how you feel. Talk to us. The people here are really enjoying your story, Yvette. And what I want is for persons to be inspired. Because when we are able to inspire each other, I think we can accomplish so much more.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And this is what I like about the story that you're sharing here, you're able to inspire others. So people can see that it can be done.
Yes.
Sometimes you're in your little corner and you're not so certain, but when you break out of your corner, there are other people with similar stories. And this is what I appreciate right here. You sharing your stories, it's helping others to understand that this can be done. Step out in faith. And that is what I admire about you when you spoke earlier. You didn't have all the money to purchase the things that you wanted, but you stepped out in faith. And that's what we are talking about, stepping out and making that bold move. You may feel so timid, you may feel shy, you have never done this before. I wonder how it going to happen, how it going to look, how it going to sound, but you have to make that first move.
Yes.
And that is what I'm talking about. Even in making your gowns there, you have never made one before, but you're going to step out and say, I'm going to try it on myself.
And if it's not perfect, I don't send them out. It has to be
Exactly. Yeah.
perfect before I send them out.
Yes.
I will take a longer time to perfect it. I'm a perfectionist. I love
Yeah.
things to be nitty gritty, to be just right. Because
Mhm.
if I don't like it, I know you won't like it.
Yeah.
I want it
So
to be perfect. Yes.
you satisfy yourself, and when you're satisfied about your own product,
Yes.
others will be satisfied. And that's one of the things, as you mentioned earlier, about the product that you use here. There are a lot of persons who are selling stuff, but they don't use it because they don't see it reflect on them. And if you are not using your own thing, I'm not going to buy it. And if you are telling me what it can do, it must can do that for you too.
Well, it's a lot of product that I use. I'm on a new adventure now. Started last year, I started doing the detox tea, and
Mhm.
I drink it, and I did it for 14 days. And I said last year for my birthday, which was January, I wanted to lose some weight and get
Mhm.
back into my old self, because
Yeah.
sometimes when you let yourself go, you eat just to eat, you gain the weight, you don't do anything. So throughout the years, I was a little bitty person, and throughout the years, I let myself go, and I gained a few pounds here and
Mhm.
there. So it takes time for it to get off. So I
Yeah.
started the detox tea. I started a regimen of eating healthy. I started doing a little bit of exercise, not much. Um, and I saw a lot of improvement. Um,
Mhm.
I started maybe at 209. I'm down to a size 8. I went from a 16 to a size 8.
Wow.
So the teas are fabulous. I love it. I just don't say I sell it. I use it. I see results, but you
Mhm.
can't. The tea alone is not going to give you results. You
Wow.
have to change your eating habits. You have to change the way you do things on whole to
Yeah.
get a result that you want. So if you
It's-
start from scratch, like just start changing little things, start little walk, maybe 5 minutes walk here or there. You just start taking baby steps before you start a walk.
Mhm. Yes, 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 yes. So that you're not only selling, but you are using the product yourself.
Yes, I
Um we have a call. Just hold a while. Good evening. Welcome to Fit FM 96.7. Welcome to
Hello,
Cultural
good
Mix.
evening, good
Hello, good
evening, good
evening.
evening.
Good
Yeah, are you
evening.
hearing me?
I
Are you
am hearing
hearing
you
me?
loud and clear, loud and
Yes, the,
clear.
the only difference with that beautiful lady and myself is name. The same thing that she's talking about. I wanted to be a mechanic, and they say, "Are you crazy? That
Wow.
dirty work." I did go and learn some, and I'm still going to learn, and I'm in my 60s. I just love it.
Where are you calling from?
Trelawney here, Trelawney. Everything that she's saying, the only difference is my name. I swear. And she's so inspiring. I used to spoil things, and because I spoil them, I learn. I'm going to hang up now and listen because she's so inspiring. The only difference with she and I is the name.
Where in Trelawney are you?
In the Falmouth area.
Okay, so happy to have you calling.
that
Yes,
was so
she's so
nice.
inspiring. We need more people like those.
All the very best, all the very best, and thank you for
Thank
calling. Take
you.
care now.
Yes,
Thank you.
continue listening to Fit FM 96.7 and
I do,
Cultural
you know, I
Mix.
do, I do, I do, I
Make
do.
your radio, make it stay. Don't move the dial at all from Fit
No,
FM.
I just turn it down so it didn't have a feedback on it.
Okay, okay. All the very best. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
A lovely moment.
Lovely young miss, she says,
Thank
Yvette.
you. Thank you. I'm blushing now.
You see, when you share your story, you see what it does?
Yes, it touches someone somewhere.
Yes. And that's what we want. We want when we talk, people are inspired. We want to positively impact people. Too much is happening in the world where people are negatively affected. War here, so war there, so war, yes, so war. We want to have stories. We want to talk to people who can inspire others, who can make others know that life not done.
Exactly.
The caller just now said she's what, 50 in her 50s or 60s or something.
In our
And
60s.
yes, and she has things that and your story is inspiring her.
Oh,
Can you imagine? So we
I
want the people who are not on Facebook, but you are listening on the radio. Call us 876 478 9144 or 876 317 1991. Call, let us know how you feel about the program. You know, we want
oh,
to know that people are listening and people are being touched by what we are saying because that's the aim.
yes.
The aim to touch people so we can lift people up. We may not have money to help you out of your situation, but we have a thought, we have a kind word, and we have an inspiring story to share with you.
Yes.
And Yvette this evening is sharing her story coming from Guyana as a Caribbean girl, going to live in America, moving from how many states did you move across, Yvette?
I moved. I have to think about it. I went from New York
Uh-huh.
to New Jersey, and I
Uh-huh.
lived like 4 different places in New Jersey. Then
Uh-huh.
I went to Indiana, and now
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Georgia. So this is the longest have I ever been in a state from 2006 to now.
And she was able now to purchase where she is in Georgia, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you see, people, it can happen. It can happen anywhere in the world you are. As Lisa Shippey Campbell said, all you want is a made up mind and ambition. I think that is what she said. You first have to make up your mind. You
Yes.
have to decide what you want. And when you decide what you want, you are going to step forward and achieve it. As I always say, step out in faith, and that is what will happen. Because if you sit down, nothing can happen. My mother said over the weekend, she said, walk for nothing better than sit down for nothing. Step
Perfect.
out, step out, step out. Walk for nothing better than sit down for nothing. It's better you walk, step out. You never know what will happen when you step out. And this is what we are saying to folks who are listening. Be prepared to step. Make that first move. And sometimes I listened to you earlier, Yvette, and I'm saying after working for 13 years,
Yep.
you would have given so much of yourself. Not true?
Yes. You give till your back hurt, your shoulder hurt, you got pains here, pains you never had.
Mm-hmm.
Things come up, and you're like, well, when I
Mm-hmm.
started, I was young and vibrant. Now I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'm like a broken bottle or a broken record. So now I have to put the pieces together.
Put
And
the pieces together. Yeah.
yes.
And
So
just like that, after 13 years, you get an email to say, we don't want your service anymore. Your
if it,
service no longer required by email, 4 o'clock in the morning.
yes. I was kind of not I didn't even know if I was shocked, but I was gonna leave the job like a month before that. I had this thing set up in my mind that when you work somewhere and you have that feeling like I don't know why I'm going today. I
Mm-hmm.
started to have that feeling like a month before that. Like I had a
Wow.
feeling like I don't want to go here anymore. I don't feel like my service is needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about your service
Mm-hmm.
here. It's not
It's not
it's
about you.
no, it's your service that you're giving and you get it paid for the service. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I wasn't needed anymore, or I
Mm-hmm.
just felt like there was riffraff. It was a lot of things going on, and I just didn't feel at ease. I was like, I don't know if I want to go. Then I was gonna resign. Then I said, I don't know. I'll give it a try till the end of the month. And it so
Mhm.
happened, the end of the month, COVID came, and it was a blessing in disguise.
Mhm.
I
Wow.
knew it was gonna happen, but I didn't know it was happen then.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
you have that feeling when the year
Yes.
starts. I
Yes.
have these goals that I set, that I want to
Mhm.
do this, this, and this, and you
Mhm.
try to accomplish those goals. And one of it was like, if you're not happy, don't stay. Don't make yourself uncomfortable. Try to be comfortable wherever you are.
Say that again.
Don't make yourself uncomfortable. Make yourself comfortable.
And if where you are uncomfortable,
You leave.
that's a sign.
Yes.
That's a sign that you need to leave.
Yes. And I had those signs months before.
Mm-hmm. But we're still afraid to make that move, right?
Yes. Most of the things I was doing, it was like hobby. You just do it as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's a business, not a hobby.
So turning your hobby into business,
Yes.
turning because the gifts that you have
Yes.
from using your hands, Yvette, those are gifts from the Creator.
Well, I almost lost it a few in January. I was trying to open a beef patty, and it was frozen. And I took a knife, not a butter knife. I took a fish fillet knife, and the knife went through here, and it came out the other side.
Wow.
I cut a nerve, but it's okay. But for like about 2 weeks, I couldn't do anything. But
Uh-huh.
lesson learned: don't ever use a sharp tip knife to open something.
Wow,
Put
wow,
it on
wow.
a board and then open it.
Yeah, put it on the board. Put it on the
Yes.
board. You
But
could
it
have
was a
lost
lot. It
your
was a
hand.
hard lesson, but I
Yeah.
learned.
But your hand is okay now.
Yes, yes, I could move it. I could sew. I was worried that I couldn't sew, but my right hand is my major hand, so this is the minor hand. So
Mm-hmm.
it 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 was a wake up call for me.
Wow. You talk about your using your hands. So when you started making your mask, what inspired you for that?
Well, I had a few friends. I never made masks. Everything that I'm making, I never done it before.
Wow.
I saw some pattern and I said, I could do it. I could try and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the first set I made looked like a duck beak. It had like an opening, so it looked like I didn't have. I wish I had one, but they were all sold or I give them away. Most of the time, I give them away. I don't really sell them. I have a few friends that call and said they're like some of them are teachers, some of them are
Mm-hmm.
doctors, some are nurses. They said we want a scrub hat, and I said, oh, I don't know if I can make a scrub hat.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but give me 2 days, I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I made scrub hat. And so they will call and say, this is the color of my scrub. And I said, okay. And I go and I get the color they want and I show them before I cut it and everything. Perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
so I started out like that. The mass had me, I purchased what did I purchased a sewing machine. I
Mm-hmm.
upgraded my sewing machine. Then I got a printer from selling the mask. And they're not cheap stuff. I did another. I have maybe I'm a hoarder of sewing machine.
Mm-hmm. They
So
have
when I
lots of
yeah, so when I get one and it doesn't because of the sewing I'm doing, I can't do it.
you get another one.
I give it to somebody, donate it to somebody, and then I buy another one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just love sewing. I love sewing. So whenever I see one on sale or I go to a garage
Mm-hmm.
sale and I see the older ones, I would buy it. I don't have room for it. I would buy it just to have it and say, "Oh, I have a Singer sewing machine." So
Mm-hmm.
I am a hoarder of sewing machine.
Which one of them you think give you the best kind of feel when you're sewing?
A computerized one because it has the stitch, and so I can switch the stitch at what size I wanted, what design I wanted, and
Mm-hmm.
the embroidery part. So I do embroidery too.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
you name it, I could do it.
So when you make your mask now, there are some fancy stuff that you do with them.
Yes. So when I first started, it was like a 2-ply one, and then they
Mm-hmm.
said it was too thin, so I did cotton mask, and then I put a filter in it, so they had
Okay.
filter in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did one for a wedding party, So they had lace on there. So they had 4 layers. So the lace was just
Just
a
to
yeah,
decorate.
decorate. And on the earpieces, elastic was out of place when COVID started. So there was no store selling elastic. So I had to invent something. So I got the ear crunchies. I
Hmm.
used those as
As the
the whole
air
earpiece.
for
But
the
then
holder.
it started hurting your ears. So I had to figure something else. I used rubber band. They
Hmm.
started hurting ears. And then I went on Amazon and found something else. And then that's how I started using. So whatever the mask is, I had
Hmm.
the color earpiece to match it.
Wow, real fancy stuff.
Yes, yes,
Yvette.
yes. I even had some with glitter.
Real fancy stuff.
I think I have one right here. Hold on. I have stash all over the place.
Uh-huh. So let me see that one that you have there now. That is
This one is a denim,
and it has glitter. Yeah, okay, okay,
and
okay.
then the yellow inside, and then the yellow.
And then they put the piece for your ear.
Yes, I have
That one
another.
is real fancy
I have a fancier one. Where
with
is it?
bright colors. Look at them. So
Here's
when you see people dress up and come outside, now you know it's Yvette.
here's
You can
one.
see Yvette written all over the mask. Wow,
So
that's a
this
bright
one,
color.
yeah, this one changes. It's a sequin, so it's orange on one side, and you can
Uh-huh.
flip the orange and you get white,
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Look at
and
that.
then the inside is white. So
Yeah,
and then people who were wearing makeup, I did the black inside, so the makeup don't mess up the
because some of
inside.
the masks look away when they take them off,
Yes,
with the
yes,
makeup and all. So you are taking everything in consideration.
yes, yes,
Even the makeup that women are wearing, you're saying, wow, you don't want the mask to look too messy
yes,
with the white cloth inside. So you're gonna put black or darker color. So
yes.
you are really catering to your customers.
Yes,
You
and
are
they're all of them are mostly custom order. I don't make. I never have some. I may have some sitting on hand, but
mhm.
most of the time is custom order. Whatever they like, I custom make it for them, especially for them. So they may have two, but it's not gonna be two of the same thing.
Just do the same thing. Yvette, can you identify what would have caused you to be so driven? What is it in your childhood? Who did you see? Your grandma? Who? What is that cause? Why are you so driven?
I grew up with a lot of women in my life. My dad was there, yes. My grandfather, my mother's side, I never met him. He died before I was born. So most of the figure I had in my life was women.
Mm-hmm.
So all the women around were doing something. My mom is a nurse. I had
Mm-hmm.
people in the field of medical field. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody was either a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, something to do with medical. They
Mm-hmm.
were doing that. And as I grew up, I wanted to be a model.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
wanted to
model.
yes, I wanted to work on cars. I want to be a mechanic. I like to get my hands dirty. And it never happened. I wanted to go to modeling school. I wanted to be a designer, but it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
I just had my kids and I live for my kids. Now they're grown. Now I can live my dreams of
Wow.
doing what I wanted to do when I was younger.
Wow. 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 Wow.
I don't regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everything is a stepping stone. So when you think it's disappointment when you were younger, as you
Mm-hmm.
get older,
Mm-hmm.
you know that was a stepping stone to make you grow stronger.
Mm-hmm. There are young women who would have come upon some difficult times in life in their younger years and would have almost given up, if not given up,
I've,
because they would have thought there's nothing else to come after this. Talk to those young women for me.
there's light at the end of the tunnel. It may be a short tunnel for some people. It may be a medium-sized tunnel. Sometimes it's a longer tunnel, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. If you love something, if you don't have ambition to do something, find something that you want to love or find something that you want to learn and get to love it. And once
Hmm.
you love it, you would exceed in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just have many talents, so I exceed either way I go. I am there. But you give it your all. Don't give 50%. I
Mm-hmm.
give 200% of
Mm-hmm.
myself to whatever I'm doing. If it's
Mm-hmm.
working, if it's making a gown, if it's making jewelry, if I'm just going outside in the yard, I give 200% instead of 50% or 100. You go beyond what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Because when you go beyond, of course, and the rewards come
Yes.
beyond what you would imagine. But you have to put in the work.
Yes, you have to put in the work. It doesn't come to you just like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you have a sugar cane. If you want sugar, you have to plant the sugar cane.
Yeah.
You plant it, and it's time for harvest. You harvest it. You have somebody to harvest it, cut it, put it in the pond. The pond take it to the estate, and then there's a machine or somebody else put it in. And the process of getting the sugar, it's sweet at the end.
Mm-hmm. But the
So
process is not always sweet
no, it's not always sweet.
because all different things kind of come on the
Yes,
road, on the
sometimes
way, on the
there's
journey.
yes, there's bends and twists and turn. My life wasn't always easy. I wasn't born with a silver spoon or a gold spoon. Nothing was given to me. You have
Mm-hmm.
to earn what you have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's times I went without stuff, but it made me stronger.
Mm-hmm.
There's
How was that
sometimes
for you as a young girl? Um, because sometimes children don't understand how parents make things happen.
yes.
And sometimes you feel that maybe your parents could have done a little more, but you're not understanding how you are now a parent now and you see how things happen. What do you say to your children?
I tell them, don't do as I do, do as I say. 'Cause it works sometimes, but it doesn't always work, you know. I tell them, look, when I was in school, I got all A's. I
Mm-hmm.
said, I want you to go to school and get all. I wasn't a B student or a C student. I was an A straight A student. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you take a pathway that you shouldn't take, but you wanted to take that pathway. You took
Mm-hmm.
that pathway. You went down that pathway, and when you get there, you say, I should have went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But you were stubborn and you went this pathway. And you said,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go and see what's on the end of that road.
Mm-hmm.
And before you can even reach to the end of the road, you reach halfway and you said, you know what? I should have listened and went the other way. But
Mm-hmm.
you'll come up to the same intersection. You
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to go the longer route to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes you make sacrifice in life, sacrifice of maybe not going to school, maybe not listening to your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your parents, they know what they're saying to you.
Mm-hmm. 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 And guess what? Sometimes the children them just have to learn
Yes.
because you may be talking to them and them think you don't know what you say.
No, it's like going one ears and come out the next.
Yes. So sometimes you just have to make them learn.
Yeah.
And when they learn, they will understand what it is that you were saying. Because is when them go through the experience, sometimes they will truly learn what it is that you were talking to them about.
Yes.
So as long as you guide them and you provide the general guidance and so on, some of the things you just have to make them experience it themselves. They will
Yes.
understand.
Yes.
They will understand. It is oh my god, so dainty and beautiful. Okay, that's my girl. I'm just looking at some of the comments there.
Oh, okay. I can't
Yeah.
see it. So
Oh, you are seeing them too.
no, I can't see it. I
Oh,
was
you
seeing
can.
it before. Yes, I can't see
Yes.
it now.
Oh, it's on YouTube. It's on. It look like it's the same story that may I go over the same. It's YouTube that we have to hop over to because you are able to see some of the comments there
Yes, yes, I just see it.
on YouTube because the Facebook thing.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm just
Yes.
seeing it.
Oh, you're seeing it. We'll see, but we'll see the program. But sometimes when you play the music, because
Yes.
of the copyright issues, Facebook will cut the live. But YouTube, one door closed,
Another one open.
another one open, girl. When one door closed, another open, and sometimes the other door that open is even bigger than the door that closed.
Yes.
but you have to step forward. So those are the lessons we are learning. Step forward in faith. And if something happened, don't cry over something that gone. Push
Yes.
ahead and know that life has a way of working things out.
Yes.
And sometimes we just have to just allow things to work themselves out and
Correct.
just go. And you talk about dreams and so on. We need to listen to the dreams sometimes that we have
Yes.
and follow those dreams. You talk about our ancestors talking to us. We need to listen to them
I
because
hear them. I hear them all the time.
yes, listen, and be guided because you'll be frightened to see how the success comes and how you're always getting these visions and these dreams to do this and to, you think it's just coming just so?
No.
No, it is coming to you for a reason, for your own benefit. And that is why you're able to go through so smoothly because you're listening to the messages when they come and you're listening to the dreams when they come, you know? And that is what we want people to do. Step out in faith because there's always an angel there guiding, protecting, and providing for you. Just step out. What they say about 1,000 step or 1,000 miles begins with the first step.
Yes.
You have to make that step. It can't happen if you don't step forward.
No.
You have to step forward. And when you watch other people stepping, you say, but I wonder if me can do that too.
Yes.
I wonder if I can do that. I wonder how it would look if I try. Don't wonder. Make that step forward. And you will reap the benefits and you will see the blessing. You will make mistakes, of course, as you have heard from Yvette, but you will learn from those mistakes. All the gowns that were spoiled, you learn how not to make it that way, not true?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So you'll make mistakes, but you can learn from your mistakes and improve on what you have to do. Yvette, your story has inspired a lot of people and it continues to inspire people. I am learning myself from the things that you are saying. And I want you to continue as you would have started with a vision, knowing sometimes you don't know, but you're trusting your instinct to go forward. I want you to continue. I'm really, really appreciative of the fact that you see how you go through the interview easy. Not even an interview, a discussion.
Yes,
You see,
yes.
you just
I
go
was
through-
nervous. I
You
was
see?
nervous.
Yeah.
My
You
heart
see?
was beating like 138. I checked it and I was like, oh, it seemed like my blood pressure was gonna go high, but
No,
I
I
took a
tell
sip
you,
of water and I spoke to Lisa and she said, "Bet you got it." Everybody said,
yes,
"You got
yes,
it, Yvette."
yeah. And look how it
Confident.
comes through easy.
Yes,
Look how it come through easy and persons are saying, wow, you have inspired. That lady who called in her 60s saying your story has inspired her. And I know there are other people who are listening on the radio because not everybody will really want to take up the phone and call because of some people shy and so on, but we know we are reaching people's heart and that is what we want. Reach people's heart and assist somebody. If we can help one person each week, if we can inspire one person each week, we would have done well because that one person is going to inspire another.
yes,
And that other person is going to inspire another, and it's going to have a domino effect. And that ripple effect, Yvette, is going to build our homes. It is going to build our communities. It is going to build our parish. It is going to build our country. It is going to build our world.
yes,
Where you are, it will build your community. It will build your state.
yes,
Build the state, it build the country. Build the country, it builds the world. That is what we want to happen in this time. Too much things are happening now that is having a negative effect on people.
yes,
And we want to have a space. We want to have a program. We want to have people to talk to who can change that kind of narrative.
correct.
So especially our young women, our young people in general can know that there is a way and it can work, it can happen. You just have to commit
Yes.
to what it is that you have to do. And so I am so inspired by just listening to you this evening, Yvette, and I want to thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
coming
having
on.
me.
Yes, I really, really want to thank you. And if there's any last word that you want to say, I want to give you the time now to just encourage other people. Maybe people are just joining us now and may not have heard the story since we started. Just talk to them as we kind of wrap up.
I want to say find a niche that you like, find something that you like. If you don't know it, ask somebody, they will teach you. Uh, Learn something. If it's just picking up a needle and try to do a straight stitch, hem your own pants. You start by that way, hem your pants, or even start to cook. Learn to boil some water, put some rice in it. And that was your one lesson you learned today for boiling rice. And now you become a chef. You know how to boil rice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take it another step every day. You take baby step, or you say you crawl before you can walk.
Yeah.
You take those little steps and you crawl. And then once you know you master the plan of crawling, you start to say, okay, I'm gonna start to learn to walk. And that's how you start, by just taking one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Things doesn't have built Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
It took a while before Rome was built.
Mm-hmm.
So treat yourself that you can learn something. Everything didn't come by hand to me. I learned. What I didn't know. I look at video. I
Mm-hmm.
go to the store. I look at the thing, and I said, you know what? I'm a visual learner, so I will go and pick up something, look at it, and say, I could do it. And that's how it starts, by just learning something one day. Teach yourself something. If it's to learn one vocabulary word, if you want to speak English, or you want to learn accomplish something, pick something, one word a day or one word for the month if you don't want to do it per day. And you pick something and say, okay, this is what I want to learn. And
Mm-hmm.
you learn it and you ace it, and then you move on to something else. But in the meantime, you are learning little bit of everything and put them together. And so by the time you're finished within a month or a year, you have enough to put something together and said, you know what, I accomplished something. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, my accomplishment to show that is that I work to gain what I need.
Mm-hmm.
I save up to say, oh, I purchased something. And it's a good feeling when you can do something for yourself without asking someone to say, can you give me $5?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of asking them for $5, say, hey, I can sew your hem your pants for you, or I
Mm-hmm.
can wash your pants for you and iron it. Instead of you take it to the laundry, you bring it to me. I can
Mm-hmm.
wash it and iron it. And instead of paying somebody $30 to do that, you can give me a donation. Like sometimes when I do things, I said, give me a donation. I don't ask. Like today, the clothes that I can't fit anymore, I posted in a group, and a young lady said she wanted all of them. I posted one dress, and she
Mm-hmm.
said, "Do you have this size?" And I said, "Yes." So I went in a bag that I was gonna give to Goodwill, and I said, "No, these things have tag on it." I said, "I would rather pay it forward to somebody." She said, "Are you gonna charge me for it?" I said, "No, just whatever the shipping is." And I stepped out of faith. I didn't know the woman from Jack. She's
Mm-hmm.
I sent her the information. She sent me my information. I shipped it out. I told her the price. I said it was like $15. She sent me 25. So
Wow.
I said you didn't have, I just said donate whatever you want to give to the cause. And that's what I do with everything I do. If
Mm-hmm.
I sew a mask or whatever, I give it to you. I said donate. How much you charging of it? I said just donate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't set a fee or something. Sometimes I set a fee, but it's like minimal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't charge, like, sometimes you have to put yourself in a place and say, okay, I'm going to charge. This is my fee. This is what I'm worth.
Yeah.
But then when you say what you're worth, you have to know your worth.
Mm-hmm.
People may not want to get it. So you kind of lower your standard or lower your rate, so that I know some people can't afford certain things. So I just donate to the cause. I'm always a giver. I always give it. Since I know myself, I'm always
Mm-hmm.
giving something, or find a way to help somebody or teach somebody. Like they said, you when you want to teach somebody to fish, you don't give them the fish or teach them to eat something. You show them how to fish.
how to get it done.
Yes, and you show them not once, you can show them 5 times and they may not get it right away. So you continue to show them. But at some point in time, when you show that person, you just ask them to pass it on to the next person, paying it forward. So
Because
that's my
how,
advice.
yes, that is how we're really going to be liberated,
Yes.
When I help you, you help somebody else. That is my pay.
Yes.
Don't pay me for nothing. When I show you what to do or I help you out, you help out somebody else.
Yes, paying it forward.
Yeah. And that person will help out another person.
Yes.
And then that other person will help out another person. And it is the ripple effect that we talk about, and
Yes.
the domino effect. And that effect is what we want. We want the effects to be positive.
Yes.
That is what we want. So when we positively impact your life, we want you to pay it forward by positively impacting another life.
Yes.
And that's how we are going to create a better world.
Yes.
Rather than wait on the leaders and so on, we have to be our own leaders. We have to do what it is that we want to do, especially us women.
Yes.
We have to take the lead and do what we want to do and create the change that we want to see.
Correct. I agree with you 1000%.
Thank you so much, Yvette.
Thank you for having me.
You were awesome. You were awesome. You were awesome. You were awesome.
I got rid of my fear.
You see, you have conquered your fears on Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild in the studio of Fit FM 96.7. You can be a speaker after this evening.
I know. When I grow up, I want to be like you. I'm getting there one show at a time.
Yes, and this certainly has helped you to come out of your shell and talk and inspire people.
I'm a very shy person, and I'm so shocked that you
have done well. You have done well. Yes, you have done well. I'm really, really happy for you. You have done well, Yvette, and I thank you for saying yes.
Thank you. And I hope one day when I come to visit Jamaica, I can come and visit you and meet all the wonderful people. The boss ladies and people I've come in contact with. Yes. I just want to meet everybody.
Certainly, my sister. Really awesome talking with you this evening. And I say, go forward and continue to inspire others.
Thank you.
All the very best, Yvette. Enjoy your weekend and take care. We love you here.
And I'll talk to you offline.
Yes.
Thank you
very best.
So
yes. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Yes, all the very best. Take care, darling.
All right. Love you.
Feeling irie. It make we dance till we can't dance no more. Jump up and down and make we mash up the floor. Move and shake to the drum and the bass. Lift up we energy, get carried away with positive vibration. I tried and trusted Rasta formulations. A gift from Jah uniting generations. Positive vibration. Make happiness just skin off your teeth. The dance a bubble out in the street. Like Baba Jelly do spread all the love. Man tell the people it was sent from above. Positive vibration. I tried and trusted Rasta formulations. A gift from Jah uniting generations. Positive vibration. We must cultivate, communicate. We must emancipate. Make a change and celebrate. Positive vibration. I tried and trusted Rasta formulation. Rasta formulation. I keep from my uniting generation. A positive vibration. Yeah. Positive vibration. I tried and trusted Rasta formulation. Rasta formulation. I keep from my uniting generation.
Positive vibration is what we're talking about on Cultural Mix. Positive vibration. We must be able to impact people positively in whatever we do. If we're not impacting people positively, it don't make no sense. May I tell you, we must be able to impact people positively. This song here from Gramps Morgan, positive vibration always. And as I talk about Gramps, we want to send out our condolences to the family, the family of Denroy Morgan. He made his transition earlier this week or later towards the week here. We want to send out some positive energy to everybody who going through a little struggle, a little challenge right now. We want to send out some positive vibration to your family and to you, whatever it is. We all have our challenges, you know. We all have we little moments, you know. We all have the things, and when the things them come upon we, you know, we say, Father God, how we will come out of that one, you know? But there is always a way. There are always persons there who will help, who will lend a helping hand. Always persons who will give an encouraging word. Always persons who will help you through the tough times. Sometimes all we need to do is to reach out. Because there are persons who may not know that we are going through struggles, who may not know that we are going through difficult times, who may not know that we are going through challenges. All we need to do is to reach out. There are persons there who are willing and able to help us through the difficult moments. Positive vibration is what we say around here always. And we say, let us continue to impact people in a positive way. If we can't do that, let us see how it can be done, because it can be done. Too much negative energy out there. Let us be resolved in ourselves. Let us make that decision once and for all that we are going to begin, or we're going to continue to impact people in a positive way. Positive vibration, as Gramps Morgan said. Let us have that resolve and say that is really what we are come on earth to do. To impact people positively. If we can't do that, might as well we're dead. We must be able to impact people positively. I don't have to do it to the whole world either. You at home, impact your children positively. Whoever you live with, your neighbor, impact them in a positive way. You work somewhere, impact those people in a positive way. You don't have to go do it broad out for everybody to see you. Take your time and impact someone in a positive way. Because when you do that, they will impact another person. And it will continue. We want that positive ripple effect. That's what we want. The positive domino effect. And we will have a better community, a better country, a better world, a better place to live. Because if one person is negatively affected by something, don't think you're safe, you know. So the intention is for us all to be positively affected, and that positive energy to run through whatever it is we say, whatever it is that we do. It really has been an awesome Friday evening. Cultural Mix. We thank everyone. Fit FM, of course, you know, it's Fit FM 3rd anniversary. And we want to continue to bring great programs here. And we are thanking you all who continue to be with the station. We are in our second year for Cultural Mix. We don't reach the anniversary month yet. But we soon reach that anniversary month for 2 years. Snow reach for him anniversary month. 2 years, in 2 years at Fit FM. Fit FM celebrating 3 years. Julia, yes. We want to thank you for being at the helm, and we want to give honor and praises to the conceptualizer. Yes. Because sometimes, people, funny enough, when you have the idea, live to see the idea come true, I wonder if you know that. Yes, but you have that idea because you want this to be a medium through which you can reach people and positively impact people. So the man had his concept, he had his idea, and he not even live good enough. How much days?
3 days.
Huh?
3 days.
3 days after the station come out, he made his transition because the man work done.
That's it. Amen. Everything.
Him do him work and him say, my work done now, me can go.
Yeah. Julia Runty.
Yes, and we want to continue that heritage.
Yes.
We want to continue positively impacting people because we know that must have been one of his aim, to reach people in a positive way. And that is what we're doing on Cultural Mix. And we thank everyone who continue to be with us on a Friday, whether it is a live program or it's a repeat program. We thank you always. Julia, we thank you. And we thank January, a visionary she is too, a quiet warrior. We thank all the persons here, all the disc jockeys, all the program hosts. We big up everybody and we say 3 years and strong. 3 more years, 3 more years, 3 more years. And that's how we do it until ain't no stopping us now. Thank you, everyone. It has been an awesome Friday evening. Take care of your darling selves until we meet again next week for another Cultural Mix here at Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. All the persons who listened to us, whether it was on Facebook, whether it was on YouTube, whether it was on the 96.7 dial, we thank you so much. Whether it was on fitfmja.com, we thank you so much. And we say, take care. Have an awesome Friday evening. Go well into your weekend. Impact someone positively. And let us come back again next week to impact again. Take care. All the very best.
Positive vibration. Move we body, shake up we bones. Send a shiba to we head to we toe. It's a touch, it's a word, it's a beat. It is a vibe, a feeling.